No, it passed by a convenience store. It says we accept everyone and everything except American Express.
I mean, I
We're all
did
fucked up.
almost vomit over a fake story.
Yeah, but now I just don't trust you.
But gray hairs are exclusively coming
It's
through
coming
that
through the one
little bit.
spot.
I am technically 2% black.
Your favorite flavor. How hard was it for you not to auto-program these nuts?
You're here again. I was like, it's my job, bitch. And so she was. Guys, watch this go on our podcast. That's all I got. We have to change the intro because they're not sponsored by Anchor anymore. I don't know why. But we got the boys. We got Joseph. We got Charles. We got Bunker. We got myself. Yeah, we're gonna do a little chill out today. You know, nothing too crazy. You can actually see what Charles looks like in person. He's not an elf. I keep telling people he's not an elf. But you know, sometimes elves get a little horny.
You said you were sitting outside a beauty salon, and I got to tell you, I believe you.
Get it? Cause he's looking good,
Looking quality.
dude.
I didn't know when you can jack offs.
Dude, buy one get 50% off of his dick. Like, goddamn. Are we
They turned you
demonetized
away
yet?
at the door. They said, "There's nothing we can do here." 'Cause, I mean, that could have gone the other way. That could have been a horror burn.
I mean,
but
they said the
it
same
hasn't
thing to
burned.
Jordan. They turned his business away. They said they didn't have enough product for that face.
I have to keep making sure that no kids are walking by because of you guys.
Whoa! Guys, shots fired. We were complimenting the man, and he's like, kids though. Dude, I don't want to admit this. So, did you guys know that on the carton of Little Debbie's fucking food that it's a kid?
Like little Debbie as a kid, yeah.
I thought it was an old
That's
lady.
why.
Isn't it an old lady?
No, it's little Debbie. Like little Debbie's like the little girl, and then they got like the bigger sandwiches. They're like the big package ones, I think is what they're called. At least they did.
How in trouble am I going to be if I just try searching this online right now?
No, just go ahead. You can go ahead and do it. So there's a massive reason on why I bring this up. So
Yeah, that's definitely not an old lady. That's not an old
See,
lady.
on the packaging, no, it looks like an old lady. Like on the packaging from a distance, it looks like an old lady. So I was like, you know, little Debbie be packing though. And I was notified today that it's not an old lady. Little Debbie is little Debbie, a 4-year-old on a package.
Okay, I'm going to meet you halfway here. So, okay, Little Debbie does not look like an old lady, but she does look like a young lady who has worked at the factory and is smoking cigarettes and looked like time has treated her very poorly in the limited amount of it that she's been on the planet.
See, now, with that being stated, I always thought she was an old lady on the front. So I made that joke earlier today. And goddamn, when I do a stand-up bit and when it gets silent for 40 seconds before one jackass in the background is going, canceled! Because, goddamn, I was told and I had to do the research.
I recommend just staying away from copper tone products, by the way.
Yeah. I think from now on, we're going to do our research before we go making any comments. But so I actually wanted to start the podcast off a little bit different because of the whole intro. We're not sponsored by Anchor. First of all, it wasn't because Anchor like said, hey, you guys aren't appropriate enough. We're out. Anchor doesn't exist anymore. It's Spotify. Spotify bought Anchor out. They were doing this whole transition. So we're not sponsored by Anchor, but we get that revenue that we didn't get before. So it's great. So if you hear a fucking Little Debbie's Nerf Blaster 9000 ad pop up, I'm sorry. But it's out of our control. But now you just get whatever ads that is algorithmic to you in the podcast. But I wanted to talk about so I look good. Okay. A lot of you may not agree. Some of you will really agree that, hey, Jordan doesn't look too bad. You know, not the sharpest nail in the shed, but can get work done. So I was doing my little dashing, my little door dashing on the side, and two things happened yesterday. One, I delivered McDonald's to this lovely lady. You know, get a normal day done, breakfast run. You know, people be horny on that breakfast run. I get to her house. It says hand to me. Ding dong. She opens the door. She starts saying something. Then goes speechless. So as we go on, she answers the door. She says, "Oh, she couldn't say words." Fuckers just losing it. So I couldn't say words, or she couldn't say words, and she's like, "Thank you," and so I'm like, "You're welcome. Have a good one." Looking fucking fine. I get a message pops up through the app about not even 15 minutes later. This is no joke what the message says. It says, "Thank you so much. If you want to come back and hang out in my hot tub, you can." Bruh. Fucking bruh. What? That was a real message documented on DoorDash that someone sent me. I was like, bro, grandma gotta get her fixed, bro. Because I'd be looking good.
I mean, how old was she actually? Come on, let's.
Honestly, she was about in her 30s. I
You
just
said
set
grandma?
myself on
What
fire
the
right now.
Well-
Talking about little Debbie, now grandmas are in their 30s. But dude, like she was like in her early or late 30s. She was definitely in her 30s. But she was like, you could do that, and I was like, bro, that was flattering, because once again, not a lot of guys get hit on. I realize how lucky I am to have that happen. I'm like, bro, that's awesome. Like, to get hit on, that's cool. That's pretty good accomplishment. And then we get on 2 hours later in the day. Now, it's not the same woman. This is a different woman from Starbucks. She's over there, you know, making them lattes like she's latteing this ass. So she's making them lattes, and I go there like 3 times in a row. I get there, get a delivery. Get there, get the delivery. Get there, get the delivery. On the third time, she was like, "Huh, you're here again." I was like, "It's my job, bitch." And so she was like, "Hey, I'm sorry."
I'm fine.
So I sat there. She was like, "You're here again." I was like, "Yeah." So she's like, "Hey, you know, what's your favorite flavor?" And I was just like, I don't know. I literally said, I don't know. She was like, "Okay." She goes, hands me the order. She's like, here you go. And then she hands me another bag. "Here you go." And I'm like, okay. I look at it. She gave me a fucking cake pop.
Nice.
She just, out of the kindness of her heart, maybe I looked good. I don't know. But from the other lady experience, like less than 2 hours ago, I was like, God damn! I got fucking Aspie in a hot tub, and I got a pink pop. Like, what the fuck?
She wanted you to lick it dry.
Dude, I deep throated that so quick. It was a cake pop on a fast, bro. That fast ended.
Well, let me ask you. When she asked you what's your favorite flavor, how hard was it for you not to auto program these nuts?
It was so hard, Dick. So hard for me not to go, "What's your favorite flavor?" "These nuts." But here's...
I didn't think you were gonna get a cake pot. I might have thought you were gonna get like panties. And you look in the bag and go like, "I don't know what my favorite flavor is, but it's not umami."
It's not Fruit Loops, goddammit!
Jordan's getting all the milfs.
Whoa! Starbucks lady was on a milk, but daddy's hungry.
I mean, she might have been.
She might have been. We don't know. We don't know. But there's a list of places I can't go back to because it's like I don't want to go.
Because it's just trouble, right? It's just
Yeah, it's just like there's just places I can't go back to, and now Starbucks is one of them. Like, I just cannot go back to the Starbucks now because like
all the places you're gonna be picking up from are just all like surly men in their 50s Just, you know what I mean, like people
Dude.
working at like fish and chips shops.
Dude, like Trader
in the
Joe's is the
food.
only place I can go now. Like
And even
anywhere
then, you
else, I'm
got-
like, nah.
Then you got grandma who's like 33 inside Trader Joe's trying to hit you up.
She's like, oh, you want these fries? How about my fish of the sea? I'm like, fucking no, thank you.
They're like, oh man, you should have took that out of the salt water a long time ago.
Oh! Dude, it's a little dried up.
True PTSD. Let me show you what it's all about.
Poor Charles! He's in public
Wow.
and he has no headphones. I just got that connection.
Oh my God, we're seeing his resentment in 720p.
This is the best moment in podcast history.
Bro, can we end the podcast there? That's a fucking great podcast, guys. Good job. Thank you for showing up. God damn. It's just, I know that once again, when I'm in
Coming
public,
out looking at Charles' face, going, "I don't remember using blush on him."
the lady walks outside, but you redder than a tomato. He's gonna be like, yeah, don't know what. Oh man, the children around Charles right now are scared.
Thankfully, nobody's around right now except for maybe like one person that's right up the sidewalk, but I don't think he's really listening.
The person on the sidewalk's over there on TikTok going, you see this guy? People are talking on the phone about little Debbie's and MILFs.
Well, I have the volume turned down, so they can't really hear you.
Good.
I'm worried that this episode is now statutory.
Comedy podcast, everybody.
Joking, I'm not worried.
So that was some things that happened over the weekend. And it's funny because here's the part that like really kicks it off. Was the last 3 days. I've got my hair cut. As a lot of you may see, like the hair's cut, it looks fresh, okay? I've also been wearing some fire outfits. Like, not meaning to say, like, I make sure I be looking good. But the photo I'm about to share on screen, you know, I went to the car wash. You didn't think car washes could look that good. But when you have a man inside of it, like me, if I could find the image that exists in my phone somewhere, bro, I was looking sharp. And how sharp I was looking? Pineapple, man. I was rocking the pineapple white jeans and the
I like
silver
it.
hair. Thank you.
It is the most like dad that I've seen you.
Yes.
I mean that in a nice way.
Yes, that's what I was like kind of kicked back, kind of dad's. I'm like kind of chilling. And people loved it. Dude, I got free milkshakes last week. I'm not even joking. I got a free milkshake. I paid for some old lady's food because she was homeless. But that has nothing to do with this. But it's like I got a free milkshake because people were like, yeah, your outfit's nice. But in older women, because sometimes you try to go out of your way to be a little bit nicer. You're like, hey, ma'am, do you need this case of water brought inside so you don't fucking throw out your hip again like it's 1920s? She's like, oh, yes, sonny, bring it in. Don't know why that voice. So I'm like, sure. I pick it up, I bring it in there, and this girl's like, I don't have anything to tip you. You got something. So she's like, I
Or
don't
do
got
you have
any.
something for her?
So I was like, hey, it's all good. Don't worry about a thing. Poor Charles. I'm like, I don't got a thing. Don't worry about it. It's all good. She's like, I don't have any cash though. It's all good. And then she just stares up at me. Remind you, I'm like over 6 foot. She's like 5'8". She's looking at me like I'm her last savior. Your hair is really attractive.
This is the start of a porno. You know this, right?
Everyone said that. Everyone I told us said, dude, Pornhub 2023. Next, stuck in the washing machine. Oh, your hair's really attractive. Can I run my hands through it? Oh, 9,000. So I'm just like, okay, listen. And she was like, your hair's just really attractive. Your hair is just very attractive. I went, thank you. Thank you. And then she goes on to say, like, I'm only 53. Bitch, why you tell me your age? Like, I have a ring.
Where's the mystery?
The mystery is in the ocean between her legs. Like, I don't want to know. I don't want to go to that Pacific Ocean. I just want to stay where I'm at. And, dude, I'm like, bro, I didn't ask for your damn age. She's like, I'm only 53 years old, and I don't have any grays. I'm like, yeah, bitch, guess what? It's called a hard living.
I'm about to go too far with this. Mine's more like the Dead Sea. There's so much salt in there, things just float to the top.
When you go down, it tastes like iron.
Oh my goodness.
It's like playing Minecraft.
For your complexion.
Comedy
And-
podcast.
So I got a story for that to tell you. How about that?
Let's fucking go, please, someone else.
If I
No,
don't see
it
you
sounded
before
like
you
you wanted to
leave, you know
stop.
what? It's nice to know you, dude.
So I was doing like some
don't see-
remodeling, right?
It's nice to know.
This was forever ago. I was probably around
Wait,
Jordan's age,
That was
and
Hold on, Funker.
that's sick,
Charles is.
bro. I'm the only one. Not-
Okay, awesome. Go ahead.
Alright, so I was doing a lot of remodeling back then, and I was ended up working on this older lady's house, right?
Yeah,
And
working.
She was gone, and she was like, "Oh, I was working in the bathroom, like doing some drywall or whatever," and I didn't end up eating that day, and I was like, "Man, I'm really fucking hungry."
About to
right?
eat out something.
So on her living room like table, like this weird table design thing, there was a bunch of peanuts in there, right? Like they're already broken up or whatever. They're just like the actual like peanuts. So I was like, I'm just gonna eat some of these. Just so I started eating. I ended up eating like all of them, right? Well, I go back to work and she comes back home. And I was like, hey, I owe you like a bag of peanuts or whatever. And she's like, what do you mean? And I said, well, I ate all the peanuts in the jar up there. And she goes, oh, don't worry about it. Those are too strong for my teeth, so I just suck all the chocolate off of them and put them in there.
Oh. Oh.
Oh boy. Oh boy, man. If I would be upset if you ate those peanuts, because that's a lot of work. But like, nah, is she, how? You sure she's not just messing with you? Because it's like, she would just put them into the. Why don't you just throw
Well, the
them
best
out?
part
like,
is I'm messing with you because that wasn't a real story.
okay. See, I knew something was afoot, but
Yeah.
okay. Couldn't drill down to the
Look at
very end of it.
Jordan we broke Jordan on this one.
Bro, because here's the thing is, I know some stories that I tell sound fucking fake, so I have to like show proof. But 90% of your stories, you actually a lot higher than that. A high percentage of your stories are true, and I'm just like, I have to believe what comes out of your mouth. So honestly, I thought you were gonna say, "Oh, they were my birth control." Like, she's like, "Oh, now I'm free for the week."
But that's see, about,
of my eggs.
doing a lot of like D&D and a lot of like Vampire the
D&D
Masquerade.
this
I've learned
dick.
to, like,
Yeah.
I'm very good about like if I'm gonna tell like a funny story like that, like a joke, and it's about adding detail into there, and like detail of what I was doing, detail of like certain things. So you get in the mindset like all right, well he's being legit like on this.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you get to the punchline, Jordan, you lost it. Like Jordan almost got out of his chair, looked like he was gonna throw up.
Cause you just told me you sucked down a woman's pre-used nuts. It's like, how the fuck am I not supposed to want to throw up? You just
She
said
was
you
supposed
just.
to suck down your pre-used nuts.
Yeah, I thought that's where this was going. I was like, okay, bro, fucking baby number 2 on the way. You about to make that grandma see God? It's like that's where I thought this was going. And you were like, oh, the story's fucking fake. Good job, Fox. Fox News get it because they're fake. Yeah, got
You
it.
like that one though? It was pretty convincing, right?
It was convincing, but now I'm not gonna believe you ever again. You soiled our relationship. Now you need to rebuild it. Bring me some
soil
chocolate
you.
covered peanuts,
Hey, I
motherfucker.
met you.
So we talked about this off the podcast. We talked about this like off the podcast. So the next episode of the podcast, Funker might have to like bail out because we have guests. And the on-running joke last time when Charles couldn't make it was we said, I offered him a Snickers at a podcast. He took the fucking Snickers. Well, Funker stated, he's like, I want my damn Snickers. I was like, okay. I think it would be funny if I sent you a thing of Snickers. I'm talking like a pack of Snickers. And just mail them to you. How much do you think it's gonna cost? Like, how much do you think? Like,
It's the shipping, of course. That's the real kicker here.
how many ounces
20
are in
bucks.
like one
I'm
Snicker?
gonna be the guy who guesses $20.
Okay.
A solid 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna
How
go
many
with
ounces
like
are in a
$20.
Snickers?
1.86 ounces. According to Snickers, Snickers single-size chocolate candy
Shut the
bar.
fuck up. So 1.8 ounces, so 2 ounces, a pound of Snickers. So that's like 6 of them ish, like 6 Snickers. How much is it to send a pound of something across the states?
It should still cost a premium because it's small transit.
Shipping
You're
cost per pound
ideally
is $1.35, though it varies by location. The cost depends on the size of the item and its final destination. For UPS, packages of less than 1 pound start at $2.74, and for packages of 1 pound or more start at $7.
okay. So it's gonna be cheap.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I thought
round it
shipping.
up to like $10 depending on the location.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do one because it's like, okay, the joke's there. Also, because I want to know how they actually arrive. Like, if I know they're actually not gonna be like fucking melted and look like cummy wrappers, it's like, okay, cool, let's get this done. Then every time someone has to bail out on a podcast, I just send them a Snickers.
Melted. It is like 90 degrees here every day.
Fair, insane. It's like 90 degrees
If
here.
I got a melted chocolate bar in the mail, toss that into the freezer. I don't care what shape it takes. Once it's solid again, I can get back into eating it.
Exactly. Like, I'm like, bro, you could still make use out of it. It's not like
No, I'll tell you what. If
Ooh,
Jordan
ice cream.
sends the packet to me, if he sends it to me, I will just open the package and just start eating it with my fingers. And I'll-
dude, on the podcast. Next podcast, you just
Yeah, there we
fucking
go.
knuckles deep going, I've been here once.
I told you that in confidence. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, Charles, what's up?
I don't know how much longer what I've left of a battery on my phone is going to be. And
Okay.
I don't want to be thinking later I don't want to be here when it gets dark because I want to get home as soon as possible. Will you guys leave the room unlocked so that I can just hop back in here when I get home?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'll be back. I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay. See ya. We're gonna do this real quick. We are Joseph, open up a 5th screen. We got it. We got a system, guys. We have a system for this. We've prepared. If once Joseph gets the other screen up, it could be a picture of a fucking cat. I don't care.
Wait a second. I'm not prepared for this. What do you mean get another screen in?
What do you mean prepared? We talked about this. Of course, it's just.
I thought we were
Funker,
doing this for like.
Funker, make your
future
lips move.
episodes.
Like you're talking for all of us. Because that's the only screen that's not messing up right now.
Oh, gotcha.
But no, we're good. We got this. Don't worry. Just pull up a screen. It doesn't matter what's on the screen. Just share your screen.
Oh, share screen. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Fuck. It's
That's
still
just
doing-
getting my other computer loaded up and do this. I
Ah,
couldn't have done it, but
damn it. Things aren't working. Got it. Kind of. Didn't work the way I wanted to, but hey, it works. Funker is now down in Charles' screen. So. It's just. Debbie.
you're cool with us sort of letting this layout thing, go, right? Because it's just I can actively see the grays forming on your head. You're beautifully
It's,
sculpted head.
we're letting it go. Guys, we only have like 2 more episodes until we take a hiatus. That's what, and it's not because we don't want to do it. It's just we're trying to make things better. We're trying to make things work. Plus, in the month of July, I'm
streamlined.
fucking out. In the month of July, I am taking a bunch of trips and stuff. I'm going to RTX Austin. I get to see the maker of the reason why I do YouTube. It's so fucking fantastic. So I'll be there. I'll be there in Austin, Texas. It's gonna be fun as hell. But so I can't get over this little Debbie thing. I can't. I'm sorry, man. It was man. Twitch. What can I say about Twitch, guys? Twitch is a fantastic place, and I absolutely love the community I was able to build from it. It's fantastic. But goddamn though, when you get called out for something, it lingers, especially when you bring it up on a podcast that you
Yeah,
have control of.
one of my YouTube channels that I like watching is Review Tech USA.
Yeah.
Pretty popular channel. I think they're at like 1 million views, and he does like a once a year live stream celebrating this other Twitch streamer who forgot to turn his camera off and masturbated to completion. And so like the image of the event is his O face like, and so this other Review Tech USA makes a yearly tradition out of celebrating the year. So get your fucking cameras off, people, please. Please don't take any chances.
Dude, no joke, I don't really do anything in the office. I've talked about it many times, but sure, let's just say, imagine I do. Dude, yeah. I put my lens cap on, like my lens cap for my camera, my side camera, kind of like my side hoe, but like my side camera, I unplug that shit. I'm not playing that game. I'm not gonna.
Like a Simpson from that camera.
Dude, I don't know why this camera's like video focus always is like distorted. Like it shows like I'm a yellow tint. Dude, Homer Simpson, more like Hard Simpson. Anyways, I'm hard.
Fair enough.
Thinking about those MILFs just really got me going.
So, in the interest of like, here's us either not realizing how attractive or just like not being in control of our our sexiness. So
yeah,
me and Ricardo, we've done a couple of sketches so far, and the third one, which I haven't shown you guys yet, was supposed to be a parody of how models are brought into other fields of work and are clearly not qualified for it, which is like getting a model to replace like a construction worker or a police officer or something like that. And that was like the joke that was running through my mind. He wanted to just like kind of like make fun of Italian culture, and there's one of the things I like doing in my comedy videos is I like having a stunt that we've only got one take to get right. It adds a little bit of a little bit risk into it, but the results have always been good. So the first one is me slamming the tablet on the ground. You know, you only get to break that thing once, maybe twice. The second one was Ricardo. He had to smash a beer glass on the floor because I only got one of those. And for this one, the joke was my character is sweating so profusely that I use every last available source of water. So I start by dunking myself an entire like bottle of water. Still not enough. I pick up a whole bucket of water and I dunk that over myself. I go into shock, by the way, and the bed's still not done. And then I pick up a water balloon, put that on my head, pull out a knife, and I try to pop the balloon on top of my own head. All in one take. The way the video ended up being edited was we only ended up getting the shot of me dousing myself in the bucket. And it is the sexiest thing that I've ever done. Completely unintentionally. It's just because my dress shirt, the water goes right through. You can see my whole chest. And I looked at it and went, you know, without me dunking myself in the water and the balloon, the joke is lost. And this is just me showing my body off in a way I didn't think it was going to happen.
Dude, it's just you sitting there just shouting out your OnlyFans. That's all it's going to be. It's you going, Only Daddies. Oh.
There it is.
If I make an OnlyFans, it's going to be for animated stuff. But my God, I'm not thinking about it.
Dude, I can't wait to see this video. I
can show you guys now if you want. Just let me know
live
if it
reaction?
Yeah. Let me know if it doesn't come through in the microphone, and then in the edit, I'll just put the actual proper video up.
Yeah, in the edit, no matter what, put it in the actual thing. Let's go ahead and give this a little watchy watch. Dude, he looks good, by the way.
My name is Ricardo Bellegamba, and my brother, Giuseppino Mancini Mozzarella, have worked the lands of Italia for many years. Together, we have created the greatest tasting espresso for the working man.
Fucking full swag.
He plants the coffee bean, and I spread the fertilizer. We like to work. We also like to play. Introducing Espresso di Fratello, a spro for the bro.
That was
First of
amazing.
all, I'm
That was a
hard.
lovely Sunday, by the way.
I'm hard. Hold on. Dude, can you just freeze frame you getting wet? Can you just find that freeze frame? Cause right now I'm
He's
debating.
like, find it. He's like, I already made it.
He's like, dude, I got 16 by 9s. I got
already
4K.
I already got the NFTs for it. No, sorry.
Dude, it's done. He got it figured out. He's getting his freeze frame done. Why not just get a PayPal? Okay.
Were you asking me? Because like that, I didn't mean that to
Oh!
happen at all.
Oh, bro.
You can see my my birthmark, by the way. Most obviously, you have to see me without a shirt to know I have a birthmark. But I've got, I got a huge
Dude,
birthmark
kinda looks
over there.
cool.
You know what's fucked up? Gray hairs are growing through the birthmark. The rest of my head is a toss up, but gray hairs are exclusively coming
It's
through
going
that
through the one
little bit.
spot.
I am technically 2% black. You
There
can't
can only
dispute
be
it.
one.
It's got this. It's right there.
He has the mark.
He is
apparently,
one of
a
us. Say the N-word.
Apparently, your birthmark is an indicator of how you died in a past life. So someone thrust something really big and sharp right into my chest.
or
Probably a spear, but I don't know. Could have been a dick. Who
or
knows?
hear me out.
Hopefully a
I
spear.
love that. Hear me out. Or it's from an abusive father putting out his cigarettes on you. Could be it. Hear me out.
In a past life.
Yeah, the past life. That's
That-
a that's
and that's
a
what killed
cigar
me?
size. I mean,
Man,
Trauma.
that is Italiano. I'll accept on the grounds of it being super Italian.
I mean, could be, dude. I just, for one, you're fucking. We went past this. Great video. Can't wait to see your version of it because I was on his.
It's the same.
account.
I
It's
I
the
had
same?
no
Okay.
I had no notes for it other than yeah.
Okay.
Just,
Love the coffee ad. I would jerk off to that. But, bro. Dude, you look
really
fucking
good.
shredded. Like some days I look at myself and go, damn, I'm not that bad. Like I still got some chunkiness. I got like 20 pounds to lose. Not much, but from 300 pounds, I'll take it. I'm like, I got something to lose. Bro, you made a thirst trap in 4K. Like, can we just I thought I was gonna be the one to make the thirst trap. This motherfucker went out in public and said, Daddy needs milk.
I'm glad I have this opportunity to explain why that happened. Because without the context, people are just gonna see that video and think, so he just dunked himself in water just for
Do
a
it.
shot. It's just crazy how these miscommunications happen now that I've experienced what is like, "Oh, I didn't mean that at all. I just wanted to do a funny bit where I'm stabbing a water balloon over my head."
I just love how
I'm
that
actually,
part never
I
made
still
it.
have a little bit of a paunch that I'm not happy about. I saw an Instagram video of me a few weekends ago when I was hanging out with some of Jen's friends, and I turned to the side, and oh my god, I have never been more motivated to cut sugar than I was before seeing myself turn to the side. So I'm really like trying to kick it into high gear before like going to the beach and stuff like that because I'm vain and self-conscious. I was not happy with it.
Dude, I feel that. I was hanging out with my niece and my sister the other day, and usually I know my sister's taking photos and stuff like that, but I've been working on the weight loss. I'm on like day 17 of my my hardcore diet, and I'm on day 17, and it's been going fantastic. But when you're doing the weight loss I'm doing, all your fat kind of loosens up from everywhere it's stored, and it kind of just sinks down. But it loosens up. But where does it go? The bottom of your gut. So my sister was taking photos of me and my niece because I'm the, what do you call it? The godfather? Yeah, I'm the godfather of her. So, I try to make sure to spend as much time as possible. There's a photo that you just see gut. I'm gonna find it, but sorry, video audio listeners, you just see gut.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I
Dad
don't.
brought is strong in that one.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Tab's like, I don't see it. Bet you got eyes. I know you can see it. It's like, bro, the dad bod was there. I was like, I can't wait to lose this. And it's like, it's not because like I'm fat. I'm in that nice like healthy range, but I'm like, I just want to lose this little bit. So I can do shit like dunking water on myself in 4K for a thirst trap. And right now I can't do it, but right now like I'm getting these like lines in my arms, and like my arms are starting to look good. I have like I can actually see my ribs when I like do my workout stuff. I can actually see my ribs line up. It's like, bro, I'm like, let's fucking go 2023. Come in me. So I'm sorry. I've been keeping this pretty well to myself. I haven't really talked about it on social media. But so I got invited to a private Discord server that's full of some of the biggest editors on the platform, including guys who edited for Mr. Beast or used to make his thumbnails and stuff like that. Including one of the guys who currently works with Aroc. And so every Monday I have a meeting before this meeting. So in that meeting, I gotta be professional. So I gotta be like, guys, I think this is great. I think if you move this around, that thumbnail will stand out more. That's what Pharaoh says. God damn it. So I'm just like, I'm not trying to be professional in that meeting. I'm like, guys, this is great. We're talking back and forth. We're getting ideas. We're shooting a bridge. We're trying to get stuff worked on. And since they invited me in there, it's like I need to obviously like show up and be professional. And then I leave that coming to our podcast going, I couldn't make a joke for an hour. Let's fucking go. I'm like, my energy went from like to whoop. And remind you, so this is how my days line up. Like I do 5 hours of streaming, so it's like from noon, from like 11 o'clock or noon to about 4 o'clock. I cut off at 4 o'clock. I have like 30 minutes, usually talk to Brittany or whatever, and then like the rest of the time is in that meeting. So I go from hyperactive motherfucker to, hi gents, how's it going? Oh, that's good, thank you. Oh, mama's titties, to this. I go from all that to this, and I'm just like, bro, where's my life? What am I doing? Like, I don't know I'm in a chat room with fucking Aroc's editor, one of Mr. Beast's old thumbnail makers. I'm in a fucking chat room with them, and all I could do is tell myself, don't make a dick joke. Don't make a dick joke.
I assume you're not the only one. I have a feeling like other people want to crack jokes too, and no one wants to break
it's
the
like
barrier.
It's so weird because when it breaks, like last week was the first time or the second meeting I had with them at the time, and we got in and like everyone was like not making any jokes and stuff, and then one guy cracked up a joke and we all laughed, and that kind of like set everyone off. Everyone was like, oh, thank God, yeah, suck dicks. And it was like, okay, cool, fucking switch was just hit. And then it was like, okay, get all that done, cool. And then it's like the next meeting, it's like, okay, cool, no one busted a joke, and it was like everyone was afraid to. And then it got to the point where one guy at the end, we're all separating, and they're like, it's weird because like no one's acting like themselves. Like, and the guy's like, no offense, I wouldn't want to be around any one of you if you're like this in real life. And I said, dude, I'm thinking the same. I was like, dude, if I walked in a room and all you guys were here, this is how we were on a daily basis, I would kill myself. And that's what made everyone else start laughing. I'm like, okay, I need to leave before we change into some fucking hooligans. So I was like, okay, but yeah, I've been able to work with some top creators. It's been very, very cool experience. They still never told me why I was invited. Like, that was the weirdest part.
Well, I was gonna ask you that because I wanted to know.
Yeah, because I was like,
why do you think you were invited?
See, I don't know. I think it might be my editing because that's the only thing that like stands out that makes fucking sense. But it's like there's only I can tell you right now there's only 192 people in this server, and it's a private server invites. That's all, and so many things you have to go through to get in. But I didn't like do any. I literally was just one day. I get a DM from Colin and Samir. Get a DM for one. Fucking awesome. Get a DM from Colin. And they're like, hey, we're starting our Discord server. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll join their Discord server. Hop in that. I think it was a standard one they sent out to everyone. Okay. Join the server. not even like an hour later, I get another message from a random dude. They're like, "Hey, you're a pretty good editor. We've seen your stuff. Want to join our server?" I went, "Sure." Get in there. Dude, I've never seen so many names that I've seen before. I'm like, oh, God. It's like so many of these like big name people in there. I'm just going, where the fuck am I? Like, it was such a weird, cool experience, but I've never been like afraid to speak. And like in that area, I'm like terrified because I'm like, why am I here? And I can't really get a straight answer. I think I'm going to ask him next time. But I'm like, why am I here? Like, yeah, my editing's cool. Like, yeah, I got some good editing skills. Colin and Smith server is great. I hang out there all the time. But I'm like, I give feedback, and I think that's the biggest thing. Is all the thumbnails, like there's a spot in Colin and Samir's Discord server that anyone can join. I highly recommend joining Colin and Samir. There's a spot in their server to where like you can help each other out with like thumbnails and video suggestions and things like that. And I'm like on there constantly. And every time I bring up something, dude, they're like on it. They're like, okay, I hear you. Let me change it to this. I'm like, dude, that works. You just need to do this. And then like when the big guys get on, they're like, Skull got this right. He leaves. I'm like, let's go. And then one of the thumbnails that I'm so proud I got to help with, I will try to find on my phone, but I got to help one of the guys out with their thumbnail. And bro, I've never been so happy to see something I worked on go up and actually get like good views. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it this quick, but dude, it's at like 800,000 views on the video, and I got to help him out with his thumbnail drastically, and it was like such a like a damn, I got to do that. I got to help out with that. It's a cool experience, to say the least. But
plus, I think it's interesting to know that a lot of these professional people who are working on some of the the best quality content on YouTube are still collaborating with one another, and you don't have a bunch of like isolated studios who are all doing their own thing. So it just goes to show that, like with any industry, especially in the creative field, is that a lot of the same people start to know each other, trust each other, and work together. So honestly, I'm just like, I'm overjoyed for you. You've been pouring your heart out for this content for a long time, and just to be invited, be recognized for your work, and to have these contacts is. I mean, it's almost provident, right? This was the kind of thing that you've been striving towards. So props to you. It shows that dedication, persistence, and actually doing good quality work are the indicators of success.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I really do. And it's just I don't know. It's so cool, but it's also like so weird because once again, I'm nobody. I'm nobody until I'm somebody, and it's from the eyes of the beholder. So if I'm a nobody to you, I'll be a nobody to you. I'm not nobody until I am somebody. And so for somebody who saw me as a nobody to say, this guy's somebody, it's like, damn, that's cool. And so the thumbnail that was in question and is probably seen all over YouTube right now was this thumbnail. And I got to help him out with so much of it. It was so cool. The guy used to be this is a cool part. He used to work at YouTube, so he knows the insides of YouTube. He got to interview like Mr. Beast, all these other people. It's like, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna use this guy's advice on the thumbnail, put it to work, and boom, there we go. It's like, god damn, I'm doing something right. I was like, I'm not just making sex jokes. I'm actually doing something right. Let's go. Fuck you, mom. Well, not literally, because you would. But it's like, because they do porn. We talked about it.
Yep.
Dude,
I'm waiting for new content to come up, man. I'm waiting.
I don't know if you're lying because I know they haven't been able to post in a little bit. my mom got sick, so and then you saying that like I'm waiting for the new stuff to come out. It's like
the world may never know.
You know what you're gonna bring out by the next editors, guys. Here's my parents having sex. What do you think?
Dude, that's gonna be my next viral video. Guys, this is a video of my parents having sex. Done.
You guys ever heard of that show called? It's out of the UK called Would I Lie to You? It's a game show, but a lot of these game shows in the UK are just an excuse to bring a bunch of comedians on and have them rip into each other. So game is split into 2 teams of 3 with a captain each who makes the final call whether or not the other person is telling the truth or is telling a lie.
Okay.
And so the teams take turns telling stories, and they're comedians, right? So obviously there's a lot of embellishment, there's a lot of humor to it, and it's just trying to figure out, is what you're saying absurd enough that it's true or that it's false? Like one clip that went viral, very popular, a guy was trying to convince the other team that he accidentally bought a horse, just accidentally walked away with a full-on horse purchase. And he's like, to me and my friend talking to a guy and trying to speak English, and the 2 of us are from Gaskell, also not good at speaking English. So just a huge communication breakdown. His quotes were way better on his side, but
Dude,
that
good
would be a
accent.
fun game to play. I pulled that shit out of my ass, honestly.
Dude, that was
I'll
fucking
take it.
good. Like,
I've
I
seen
was
that
like,
clip like a dozen times, so I'll take it.
phony. Dude, I think we should
rat
play that.
bastard.
I think we should, like, sit there and play it, but...
Pandering, wearing your fucking Pride shirt just because it's Pride.
Hey, Pride shirt, buy now at roosterteethstore.com. I sold out. Actually, this was just in my weekly wardrobe. But yeah, it is Pride Month, dude. That, for just side note, Pride Month overrated. I won't figure out every which way to get canceled in one episode. How would you suppose that we did that? Like, we all told a story and you have to figure out if it's a lie or a truth.
I think it'd be fun with this group.
Yeah.
Like, I really feel like everyone would tell a true story, like a very fucked up story. And then it's like, everyone's gonna be like, that's true, that's true, that's true, that's true. And everyone's gonna be like, damn.
I mean, I
We're all
did
fucked up.
almost vomit over a fake story.
Yeah, but now I just don't trust you. We lost, like, you know that whole, like, oh, son, I'm gonna... No, actually, better analogy. You know that time with that bitch in Charlie Brown's holding the football, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna kick it. I'm not gonna throw it out for you. I'm gonna kick it. I ain't gonna throw it. And then he fucking kicks it. Oh, wait, that never happened. My bad. That's me and you. You're over there. You're the fucking lazy Susan bitch. I'll hold it there. I'm Charlie Brown, taking my chances every fucking time. You move the football away. Now you're like, no, I promise you I won't move it. And then I'm going to be like, okay. And then I'm going to run and fucking bust my ass again, you
Didn't
piece of
he
shit.
also set up therapy? Is this the same character who sets up the therapy booth afterwards?
Yeah.
She goes around gaslighting all of her friends, and then she sets up the $5 therapy booth. What up?
Dude, the NFTs in that show was amazing. You cannot sit there and get those non-refundable tokens of Charlie Brown anymore. That thing related back to trauma. The football that's never been kicked.
I think one of the biggest things if we played that game is I think we would probably tell true stories and just make them absolutely over exaggerate them. Because that's just what we do.
See, I think that would be a very, very good episode. We gotta make sure someone writes that down.
So one thing to point out, I was about to say fun fact, but I'm not sure how much of this is actually a fact.
Okay.
So there's, like I said, there's loads of these games that
Load.
they do in the UK that are a lot of fun. And one of them is like carrot in a box. So 2 individuals have boxes in front of them. One guy opens up his box, knows whether or not it's got a carrot, closes the box, and then has to figure out how to keep the carrot, or if he knows he doesn't have the carrot, he knows the other box has the carrot and has to try to convince him to like, no, your box doesn't have the carrot. So some people would do this blunt style where they'll just say, yeah, my carrot's in the box. It's like, are you messing with me? No, I'm just telling the truth. I'm not embellishing whatsoever. The carrot's here. So if you want to win, you got to switch the boxes. Just be like full honest about it. Well, that game was played at the end of the latest Mr. Beast video, where he got. So that was from the UK. They're like, that clip went super viral. They saw it and thought, we got to play this game too. Exact same setup, and worked perfectly too. Very fun way to cap off that video.
Dude, that was a great thing. And I've thought the dude was lying 100%. If you haven't seen the Mr. Beast video, it's literally what we're talking about towards the end of the show. We're not going to spoil who got to the finals, but it was like, I thought this motherfucker was lying. Guy or girl, that's all we're going to give you. I thought this guy or girl was lying. I was like, bro, there's no fucking way. Like, they said it so, like, and they're like, oh, there's a fucking logo in the box. Of course there's going to be fucking logos. It's Mr. Beast. He's going to put his fucking logo on anything. I'm pretty sure the underwear he wears, he fucking printed out a Mr. Beast logo on it. It's like, he's going to have his logo there. And I thought the person was like, and they weren't. And I was like, bro, I would never want to play poker with this motherfucker. This dude was the realest man ever. I do like the idea of like doing an episode. We tell a story, except I think we need more people. I think that needs to be like the startup of the
It would have to be
hiatus.
like, it's got to be a 3-on-3 and probably with a host.
Ooh.
We can do it without a host, but you probably need a host. You need someone to act as like the mediator.
I feel like we can do it, because I feel like as long as we just booked out a good time slot on a Monday, we could get like, I could get at least guarantee like two more people.
I
And
could probably get a couple people in on that.
we could probably make this like, I don't even know if it's like, it would be I mean, it would definitely be the podcast, but it's like a game show then. But I don't know. That would be cool to come off our little hiatus in the future. Just immediately do something like that. Like, God, welcome to go on a podcast. Things are fucking different on this episode. Let's show you why. And yeah, I think I would have to be the host, because I've told so many of my life stories, and the stories I haven't told are like ones that I keep pushed back in my life. It's like I today was the first time I ever talked about my ex on camera, and I was like, God damn. I was like, bro, it's been almost 7 years. And I'm like, I just finally talked about her on camera. I was like, God damn, dude. Like, and then, even then I didn't want to talk about her. I was like, God damn, dude, I fucking hate this bitch. I hope she's doing fine, but I hate this bitch. But so I just probably couldn't tell any stories. Like, it would have to be a news story, like the whole hot tub thing, and then I just fucking go with it. Also, thumbnail. I think I'm just going to use that text on a thumbnail. See what happens.
Yeah, I'm fine with you
use
being
that.
host. I'm too good of a liar not to play.
See, I want you to play, because I love the suspense. Like, I love watching
I'm
the suspense.
undefeated as a killer in Among Us. Now, granted, I've only played a total of 2 games because how
Undefeated.
good of a liar I was. I don't know about this.
Like I said, I'm really good at telling stories, so I definitely would have to play.
Yeah. Play with yourself and the game. Am I actually masturbating on camera? You don't know. OnlyDaddies.com. It's not that big. Come on. He over there, fucking Knuckles keeps showing. It's like, bruh, no. That's your thumb. I see the nail polish. Asshole, I'm not falling. I don't trust you. I don't trust you.
Salt lamp to the other room.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see you doing this. I'm gonna be like, listen, we need to talk. I didn't know you were
that
built
way.
different up there. God damn. Stop making things as your dick, and stop putting your dick in peanut butter and feeding it to the dog.
No water.
Now he just admitted that he puts his dick in peanut butter and feeds it to a dog. So we caught him in 4K, guys. Welcome to Scarlet Podcast. What is that? What are you showing? For the audio listeners, he's
Toy
showing.
dragon. I'm showing a toy dragon.
Oh, a toy dragon.
Yep.
Kind of looks pretty cool. Kind of looks cool. I haven't showed
Dragging
off.
these nuts.
Funny.
Well done. I didn't think of that.
I don't have anything to show off. I don't get anything new. I got more magic cards because I'm a fucking nerd. That's about all I've done. Dude, I saw. So, fun fact: the Lord of the Rings is doing a Magic the Gathering collaboration. And dude, fucking Frodo, the Hobbit motherfucker, sat there and did like a whole review on like the Magic the Gathering like cards coming out. Bro, for one, thought he was dead. Two, I'm not even joking. I thought the guy who played Frodo fucking died. I'm not even lying. I was like,
Probably confusing him with another young actor who did die.
that's probably it, because I've only ever seen him in one
Legend?
show. It's like, it was the same with fucking Karate Kid. The main guy who shouldn't have won the fight, but anyways, that main dude in Karate Kid, I was like,
William Zabka.
yeah, I thought he was dead after the show.
Oh, Ralph Macchio was the main dude, but from your point of view, William Zabka was the real Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Johnny Lawrence. I'm a big fan of Cobra Kai, so I've kept track of all of this stuff.
That's
Okay.
dude. Cobra Kai was such a good show.
I still haven't seen it. I
Well,
haven't
Liz,
even
they
finished
got
my
one more
Too Hot to
season in them,
Handle.
and then they're wrapping it up.
Good. I honestly, I'm glad, because shows are lasting too fucking long to where you're like, bro, what is this anymore?
No, see, I disagree. I think they're I think there's a lot more shows out there that deserve more than 1 season or 2 seasons.
Agreed.
Companies like Netflix, if they don't feel like they're making enough money from it,
Mhm.
they're just gonna scrap it, and they always leave the endings open. Every single time you're like, "Hey, we want to see this." They're like, "Well, we're not because we didn't make $1 trillion on it."
So here's the actual fun fact of why they leave them open is so what happens is like the show and stuff goes up for sale. Like, so another company and stuff like that can buy the rights to use like the name, the actors and things like that. But the reason why it usually doesn't happen is because the actors usually want more money, especially when men are involved. Men want more money than women usually. Especially if they use them for a sex sell or whatever. So, but that's usually what happens. So one show that did this was Baby Daddy. Fucking love that movie. Love that show. They sold off their fucking contracts 3 times. It got to like season 3. They sold off. Then another person picked them up. I think it was Freedom picked them up. And then after Freedom, they sold a contract after like season 4 or 3. And then they sold it back to the original people, said, "We're ending it. We're fucking done." So I was like, dude. So that ends up what happening. They pretty much go on like a sale. So that's why when they leave them open to be like, "Oh, you mind can wonder." No, it's because they're hoping they can sell it to someone else.
So before the internet really took over our content consuming habits, so the last vestiges of what I'm about to say was relevant in the 90s, maybe until like mid 2005, 2006. I'd say by 2007, the game had really changed at that point. And what a TV show would aim for is to reach syndication, which is you had to have 100 episodes, enough episodes that your show could be sold to other channels to be broadcast and just have enough material to fill a slot reliably, not rerun the same 12 episodes over and over again. So by design, you would create a TV show that could run like a machine and would just, every season you'd be able to put out more episodes and just go on and on until at least until you hit syndication, and then after that, you can wrap things up if you want to. And that was Seinfeld, which is everyone's favorite show on this without exception.
Every single person in the world loves that show.
Everyone. And
Ooh,
if you
I
say
saw the
otherwise,
Demon
you're
Daddy
kicked
come
off
out
the
for a second there.
podcast.
But that was a show that made it past the syndication mark, and then they're all just, you know what, I think we're good. We're just gonna wrap it up here. So I would say with the emergence of streaming content and the bingeability of content, that TV shows don't have the power they used to, which is TV shows used to be much more of that cultural touchstone, the water cooler conversation the Monday morning after you watched the episode on Sunday. A lot of that is lost. Now you take that conversation online into its subreddits and wherever the culture is now accumulating. But now that content is much more bingeable and watchable in sequence, a lot of the new TV shows that we're seeing are more like extended movies where a season is probably just like a really long movie. And I would say Cobra Kai is a really good example of this. Like, it is great quality content, but there's so much forward momentum in the story that it doesn't really have like a TV show DNA to it as much as it does. It's just like I forgot what's serial and what's procedural. I forgot I think it would be a serialized thing. But yeah, no, it's just to summarize that, because I've lost it. I don't know what the fuck Jordan is laughing at. Because I'm thinking about what's coming next. I'm not thinking about what I've already said. But anyways, it's definitely more movie TV show hybrid, and I'll leave it at that. What did I say?
Wasn't you?
All right, fair enough.
So Charles was bending over to do something, and as he did, his camera went close to his face, so all I legitimately saw was this come out of his camera.
All right.
One sec.
I wanted to bring this up because we haven't talked about this yet.
Yeah.
How, as a group, we have failed our game night.
Bro,
Ways
I wanted to bring this
hitherto
up so bad.
unimaginable.
Okay. Let's bring this up. We talked about it on last episode of the Scorner podcast just for a tad bit, but let's talk about the progression of this. So, we talked about having a game night every Wednesday. We're going to try to get together at about the same time we do the podcast, so about 12 o'clock Central. Well, not 12 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock Central. We'll get together, we'll play a game for like an hour or so, have a boys' night or have a game night, just like the good old days that we all get that nostalgia from. We said we were going to do this, and you know what? We fucking did it, kinda. So, first week.
Showed up with Joseph.
hold up, hold your mouth. So what ended up happening first was, guess who showed up? Me and Charles. Me and Charles showed up. Now we already knew Funker might not make it out. That's fine. But Charles showed up. I showed up. We're like, play some Left 4 Dead. You know who couldn't make it was Joseph, because he had casting to do. He had some background acting to do, and he warned us it was gonna be late. But hey, he'll see what happens. Well, he didn't show up. He stopped in. He stopped in. He's joined the Discord call. He chatted. But he didn't show up to play the game. It was gonna be Overwatch game he picked. So it was like, okay, no big worry. Me and Charles got to sit down and have a good time. Good old days. Fucking fun. This is why I wanted to talk about this. For the first time ever, I've never hated myself more. And this is not a guilt trip for anyone. It was Wednesday, and I was like, bro, I'm done. Like, I actually finished my editing. I finished the stream. I did everything I had to do Wednesday. Let's fucking go. Brittany was like, awesome. Can we go to the store? Hell yeah. Go to the store, pick up stuff. I get a message on my phone from Charles. Hey, me and Joseph are on, waiting for you. I overbooked myself and fucking forgot. I overbooked because I had meetings and everything else, and I was so happy it was over with. And I forgot we had stuff planned. I felt like a fucking ass. I was like, God, this sucks. Like, I'm fine with forgetting things, but I was like, I just forgot. Like, I didn't book anything past 6 o'clock Central because I was like, cause we have our game night. And I was like, no. And the worst part is, like, Wednesdays are supposed to be me and Brittany's, like, day off to begin with. So it's like, I'm supposed to spend time with her, but I wasn't. I was working on stuff all day. And as, like, the evening time, I was like, I could spare 2 hours every now and then on Wednesdays to hop in, play some games with the boys. I just fucking forgot. So guess who ended up playing? Joseph and Charles. And how was you guys Overwatch? How was it, by the way?
It's actually pretty fun, surprisingly.
Oh, good, Joseph.
Yeah, it's still about as fun as I remember it. I definitely feel not having the sixth character on a team, because it used to be a 6v6, now it's a 5v5. My most hated character, Wrecking Ball, was hardly in it. Most people don't seem to play the character, so that's okay. And the queue times, though, are definitely an indicator that the Overwatch player base has lost a lot of its people just because of all of the shit that Blizzard has put its fans through.
Yeah.
Now, we know we're on the mixed console queue, so you guys are on the consoles, I'm on the PC, and so that also minimized it. The wait times were about 3 minutes before we got into a game. And I remember, when I first got into Overwatch, wait times were no more than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You'd be right in a game. So
Yep.
the fact that they minimized the amount of people you need to play, but the time it takes between games. Now they've covered their bases. You can go to the training round. You can even do just like a quick death match while you wait. So they make the wait worthwhile. But yeah, man, that game is hurting. I can really feel the losses that they've incurred, which were entirely and completely their fault.
I mean, from all the things they did previously, and then just this is just icing on the cake. So, and then are we still wanting to play it this Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll
Still
play it.
in.
We'll play it this Wednesday. If I don't overbook, I didn't overbook. I literally have only thing I got is like a morning stream that I was gonna do, and I think I was just gonna have coffee and find a reason to go live on TikTok. I think that was literally all I was gonna do on
You're
Wednesday.
taking my advice, motherfucker.
I also I went live on TikTok that one day, and you were like, "I'm happy I was here for your first live," and I was just like, "He doesn't know this is my first live." My first live got canceled. My first time ever being live. I had my phone up here, filming the screen, stuff like that. Went over great. People loved it. But then we said, "Fuck your mom" or something like that, and it got. And so it just kept getting turned down. But I was trying to do if I do coffee times on Twitch and stuff, I will set my phone up right beside and going, let's go live on both. It's all good. And we have people over here. We have people over here. It's great.
If you got a tablet, you can do with your tablet too.
I don't have a tablet. I really should. I should just get a tablet, but I have not have a tablet. Last tablet I had was a fucking $40 Amazon Fire tablet nonsense. That cheap bullshit. That was the last tablet I owned. Yeah, what's up?
I'm trying to install my freaking crossplay version of Diablo 4, but the stupid thing isn't popping up to show that it's installed. And I put the disc in my Xbox One and everything, and freaking, I don't know if my disc tray has finally completely shipped the bed or what.
Is it the right version? Is it the right disc?
Yeah, is it the right version of the game?
It's like the freaking crossplay version for the Xbox One and the Series X, and I know it's freaking in the right way and everything.
I mean, look, you might want to look at the disc and make sure it's the actual right one, because the
they could put the wrong
manufacturer-
disc in the case.
yeah.
Diablo 4.
According to Polygon,
Shut the fuck up.
You asked it.
But I was holding down the volume button so it wouldn't sit there and start yelling out loud, and it was like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." Fucking Bexby, don't bitch.
There's a dark premise for you. Just trying to, put or suffocate our phone as we're talking. Shut up. I didn't tell you to say anything.
Shut up. Oh,
That's why I'm always telling. I'll be like, Alexa, shut up.
at this point, I say, bitch. I'm like, it should stop it. Dude, who does this? Like, when you're not sure about a decision, you literally just ask your Google Assistant to flip a coin.
No.
I do it all the fucking time. I'll be like, should I have Chinese food today? And they're like, flip a coin. Heads, yes. Tails, no.
That's what I do when I want to
coin.
ask God something.
I wonder if Siri does that.
it landed on heads.
I'm getting a blowjob tonight. Like, I will sit there and ask my Google Assistant all the time to be like, should I do this? Heads or not tails?
Let's see if Siri does this. Hey Siri, flip a coin.
It just tells you to go fuck yourself.
She just says it's heads.
That's it? She's just like, it's heads, bitch. Deal with it.
Yep. She's down to business. What can you say?
The Gluck 9000 is working great. Oh, man. So, Joseph, you were going to say something. You were going to say something before.
Oh, I was going
Diablo.
to shift gears, yeah, because I had a question that I wanted to ask on like our tech roundtable, and I didn't really get to it.
Oh.
But I am very serious and very committed to background acting.
Yeah.
It's turned into be, it's a job that I missed doing. And I said, when I can get back into it, I'm going to get back into it. And then I got back into it. And now I'm on a very long and difficult journey to join the union for it, where by joining the union, you get 2 times, maybe, depending on how long it goes, 3 times the amount of money that a person gets being non-union. The difference between being non-union and being union is like choosing between being violently ill and not being violently ill. There's very little reason to be non-union, and it's set up that way. So that's me, and it's me speaking as like a chronic independent, right? Like I really prefer being a freelancer. I prefer being independent. So this is the first time that I ever considered like unionization in any capacity, except for when I worked at Fortino's. You had to join the union to work there. Not my problem. So
Bad.
getting into the union involves a few steps. Step 1 is, and I'm getting to the question, by the way. Step 1 is you got to do 15 gigs in the span of a year. So I have 1 month to go before some of my receipts are no longer valid. And so if I get 3 gigs in before the end of June, I'm good. But there might be some gigs that are no longer valid because the year have expired since I did that shoot. Okay, that's fine. And once I get in, there's 2 things to do. One, you only have to do one to get the next level when they start getting the good pay, which is do 1,600 hours or 200 gigs in background, or get like a speaking role on in a principal where like you get a line in or something, and then you're technically an actor now, so you get an upgrade. That one is highly luck dependent. The other one is not luck based, but it's gonna take like 4 or 5 freaking years to do it. Point being, this is a long road, but for a 2-day shoot that I had last when I couldn't join you guys, probably would make about $400 after the agency gets commission and all that. Those same people in the union did the exact same work that I did, so it's not like an apprentice master thing where like some people are doing more complicated work and getting more paid. it's actually completely random who gets the hard stuff, who gets the easy stuff for the day.
Okay.
They make 2.5 times the amount of money I made that day. Exact same thing. And a lot of them kind of feel bad about it too. Like, man, you should be paid more, but we got in the union, you didn't. So we're gonna go line up for lunch, and you have to wait until we're done, which is another thing too. So if you're in union, you get to eat first, and then the rest of us peasants have to wait in the back of the line. It's funny how like they really motivate people to join the union. And so it made me realize that this is going to be a pretty significant part of my career prospect. And I even got to the point where I thought, if my writing really takes off, I'm still going to do this because it's just fun. So I'm going to show up, work on my laptop half the day while we're waiting to be called to set. And then the other half of it is actually like me being an idiot in the background. Like, so I have a pretty happy vision for like where my life is going. But my question is, if you were me, how would you configure the hardware that would make things most efficient? I'm spending maybe 2 days, maybe even 3 days out of a week where all I have is a laptop and hopefully a power source. I obviously have the stuff that I can do at home. I have gaming, which is semi a priority, but like the most intensive game that I'm playing right now is Overwatch, so graphics aren't a big deal. I don't know if it's worth investing in a really good chunky laptop that I can bring with me so that if I have to do editing work there, I can, and I'm not worried about like this huge window of time, because those are long days. Like I'm there like 6 a.m. till like 10 o'clock p.m. on some of these days. So I'm thinking like one clever way to do it would be to get like a really big laptop that I only move in like extreme circumstances, and then have a tiny laptop just for writing. I don't know. See, like I'm not sure what would be like the smartest way to configure this. It seems like a laptop is the way to go, just based off the whole mobility thing.
I mean, that's why laptops were made to begin with, were being able to travel and move and do everything. And like, getting a good like gaming laptop would solve like your problem about like wanting to play some video games as well as like still work, because you can't do both. People, I know people that do it all the time. I know people who work at home, and when they're not taking calls or doing what it is that they do, they're sitting there playing video games on the opposite monitor.
Yep.
Because why? Because they can. And
Yeah, as far as like travel gaming goes, I've got my Switch for that, so I'm at my happy camper. Any like serious PC gaming, I would just wait until I'm home anyways. So it's not like
Yeah.
I'm banking on, because the internet is actually really hard to get on some of these shoots, because sometimes you're in like a bunker. No kidding, no joke.
I think your best bet is in this situation, because also laptop, you can have a stand at home. You put it on, and you get some mini monitors or whatever. Plug an HDMI cable into it. Boom! Now you have 2 monitors. You get it all set up and stuff. And once you need to leave, okay, just unplug, move, and then guess what? Get back, do it again. So I think honestly, like, and not even like the gaming laptop. You don't have to get a gaming laptop to play video games on, but a gaming laptop has a better graphics card, has a better CPU, so it can actually do the stuff that's necessary to get some of these programs done. The GPU helps the graphics so it doesn't lag while you're doing it all. The battery is gonna hold up much better in the heat because it's meant to. So honestly, like I think at this point it makes more sense to just get a very good, at least as best as you can, gaming laptop, so you can bring it to all these places. Like I have a Dell G7. I fucking love this laptop. It has like a 26, it has like a 2080 in it, and it has a Intel 7, and it does great. It plays 7 Days to Die just fine, plays Minecraft just fine, and it edits just fine. Only issue I have is it's like 8 gigs of RAM. All I have to do is just buy an extension pack. I just haven't done it yet. But bring a cable with me, keep it charged everywhere I go. I brought it to me when I went down to Florida. I bring it to me every time I travel, and it's great. And because of how big and thick they are, just get a good laptop bag, carry it around everywhere. You can get one kind of like a satchel, like I'm going to get, and bring it around everywhere. coffee shops, wherever. And a battery life, if you're not playing games on it, you just use it for fucking Chrome or whatever, writing your book, wherever. I think it's a great decision. I think that would be the route to go, is just spend a little bit more money to get that, because it's going to work so much better. And when you're at home, set it up, plug stuff in. You got now your desktop.
Yeah,
You can,
like
I
this
think it's
desktop,
smart.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. This PC is a good machine. She's worked very hard for a very long time, and I want to retire her, and probably plug her into the TV and just turn that into a gaming machine.
I'm sorry.
You can tell it's the love is coming out, right? Like how can I not love this machine?
Oh,
for
yeah.
7 years of service.
Welcome to Cyber Mondays, baby.
Shepard's... keep going.
I don't. So what I want to do is just like format. If I get any other upgrades in there, I'm gonna get them upgrades in there, and then plug it into the TV. Because I think if I can get rid of this monitor, not that I want to I have a friend who could really use it. So that to me has been one of the major keystones, be able to meet that goal that we talked about in October, which is I got to be mobile.
Yeah.
So I think dedicating a lot of this to a PC setup has been like the major thing that's holding me back. So a lot of this can go into storage. My dad, he said he's got room in his garage for stuff, so I'm not worried about like having to sell it for not its value.
Good.
But yeah, that's where my head's at.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think on a real note, I think get the laptop and stuff. That's gonna make the most sense. The monitor, if you want to give it away to your friend that needs it, or just use it as a second monitor.
Just storage.
Yeah, or just throw it in storage. I do it. This monitor has been set up, and it has not even been fucking used. And this
I
has
need to
better
buy
specs
some
than
new
this
monitors.
one. So it's like, but I keep it up. Like I talked about putting my old TV back up there. It's like, why? I don't know. But right now it's taking up room because I don't have a storage, and I don't want to sell it. So it's like, well.
What
But-
you should do
Yeah?
is just have that TV as an image. And just
That's
put
what I want to
podcast-
do. I want to do it, and I just haven't done it. I work way too damn much. I have not had the motivation. Like we showed this already, but I'll sit there and do it again. My office is fucking it doesn't look that bad, but it's trashed. My
That printer looks
area.
like it shakes the very foundations by which it stands on.
You know what? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It kind of does.
Everything is like it's like a offset washing machine kind of thing going on.
Dude,
there.
if you're a woman and sit up on that washing machine, you're having a good time. I just call my printer a
Guys
washing
have
machine.
jeans.
Okay. Did you know you're actually not supposed to dry your jeans, by the way?
Not supposed to dry your jeans?
You're not supposed to dry your jeans in the dryer. No, you're supposed to like let them hang dry.
Oh.
You know what
All right.
happens when you don't? You get short legs. You get fucking short legs.
That's soccer mom pants. Good job.
Dude, I got soccer mom pants with the fucking ramen fit. Like, I got ramen socks on. Bro, I'm in it. And wearing a Pride. We talked about this. I'm going to find a way to get canceled so many times in this episode. Pride Month, overrated. Like, let's be honest. Right now, it's all about just who can sell more merch. Every fucking YouTube channel I'm going on, every store I go to, it is literally all about, wow, we have a whole fucking collection on sale. Okay, I get it. I understand. Where's this collection last month? Where's this collection next month? Bro, stop using the month to make fucking sales. I understand you're a business. It's the month of Pride to show your support, not make money off your support. It's like, I don't know. I hate it for that. I hate like businesses that do that. I hate how we only feel like 1 month out of the year we should actually respect others. Like, fucking no. We get 1 day to honor our men and women who served. You guys get a whole month. And even then, after the month, you're like, okay, nope. Fuck the gays. It's like, don't clip that. People sit there and just go, oh yeah, we spent 1 month being okay with shit. It's like the one church I drove by yesterday. They're like, we accept everyone. I was like, where the fuck was this last week? You were over there kicking that guy with a yarmulke. Like, where the fuck was it?
No, it passed by a convenience store. It says we accept everyone and everything except American Express. I think that a part of this is companies feel pressure or obligation to participate in it.
Yeah.
It's almost like a social tax where if you don't it's like not giving people gifts for Christmas. Like,
Yeah.
there's certain things that you don't participate in. The ostracization that you face is probably less worthwhile than it is to just show the colors.
Yeah, and
I
I
think
get
that's the
it.
problem too. Is like, what companies can we think of that really manage to stay out of it and just mind their own business?
Yeah, there's
mean-
a few
I'm sure there's
good
examples.
ones.
I'm sure there's examples.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I see where Jordan's come from it, because I see a lot of like independent like streamers, content creators, things like that are promoting the product, and I get that you're most of them to me are just in it to make the money. Like, they don't actually care. They're like, hey, there's a profit to be made, and that's
Yeah.
what it's about to most people.
And I hate that. Like, I'm not gonna be that person to be like, we need to stop a Pride Month. Like, no, fuck it, we have a month.
Sure. So, by the way, I'm sort of like, I am agreeing with both of you. I'm just focusing on like, here's the money that we're gonna lose if we don't do it.
Exactly, and I agree with you. And also, like, what happens if like your fucking local Walmart doesn't sit there and show stuff out of it? Guess what? They're going to Target. It's like, I understand it's business, and that's where I truly get like the business side of it. And so I'm kind of just bitching of how we have to run it. Like, I think that's it. Also,
So-
bitching the fact we only celebrate one day to honor our troops, but that's a whole other thing. That is a whole other bag of worms that we're gonna leave closed. But it's like, I'm just over here going like, I get it.
Yeah, there
like,
should really be
we
a
have
fleet
to.
week.
Yeah. We need to, honestly, I think like we need to just have like Pride Month happen out of nowhere. Like, when it's all said and done, Pride Month literally happened out of nowhere. I think what we need to do, and this would help a lot of people chill their fucking tits online, because I hate seeing all this. We should celebrate Pride. Fuck you. We're allowed to celebrate what we want. But I think we should increase that and celebrate like the fact our men and women fought overseas and stuff like that. Let's just have a week no, nothing else. Just we sell our businesses, our fucking Walmart sell American flags, shit like that. And we just spend a week and we just sit there and go, hey, we see you guys overseas. We fucking love you. We respect you. Can we just do that? Can we stop bitching about Pride? We have a whole Pride Month. Can we just extend just one of the fucking weeks and just celebrate our men and women who fought for us? That's all I want. That's all I want. I'm going to find a way to get canceled every time. And that's a pussy. We can't see it on Charles fucking Apple TV, but there's just an ears that popped up. It's just like, that's a pussy. Guys, what is this fuck? What's the title? Can we just talk about the pussy? What's the title? What's the title of this podcast? Let's talk about titles right now.
Jordan,
Well, I did
that's
say this
canceled.
episode is statutory.
That could work. just the thumbnail of the photo from earlier. A thumbnail of what I got sent a
I know,
message from. The hot
I'm
tub
all
and it's
about the-
statutory.
I don't know, man. I'm a little bit into the Little Debbie.
Oh God, Little Debbie, dude, Little Debbie on the title, and then just that text.
Yep.
Thank you for joining the Scholar podcast. We're fucking done. Cut the cameras.
We were serious for a whole of 4.5 minutes.
Worry.
We did good. We did good.
Yeah, that was solid. That was good. I'm gonna go kick some puppies now.
I'm gonna go find Little Debbie. Goodbye, everybody.